Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video I'm going to walk you guys through the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen is a trade that was posted on our spreadsheet in the members area, and the neat thing about the Euro Yen is it's one of those pairs that even if you are not a Forex trader, you can actually trade Euro Yen still through the futures. In fact, you can not only trade the futures, which is the RY contract, there are options on those futures as well. So there are a number of currency trades, while kind of sometimes by some may be dismissed as currency Forex trades, really there's oftentimes a lot of futures alternatives. So let's talk about this Euro Yen because it has now hit our third profit target very quietly on a day that you would not anticipate seeing a currency gain against the yen when there was a little bit of some risk aversion going on across the major indexes. So Euro Yen has been a trade that we have, and this is a really great example of a pretty traditional trade on our spreadsheet. Most of the spreadsheet trades are longer term in nature because some members are part-time and they don't have the ability to look at the markets intraday or throughout the day. They can't catch up with short-term time frames. They'll come home from work or whatnot and take a look at some of the longer-term setups that have what I call shelf life. So this was a trade we posted the afternoon of the 11th, and it was filled on the 16th. So really, what, 5 days heads up, right? It's a daily Euro Yen with 5 days heads up, filled on the 16th, which is this day right there. You can see it was a buy that we called a swing buy. We had the 34 EMA wave. We had some Darvis support. And I love when we have those kinds of levels because we're getting multiple confirmations objectively. Realize every single line, other than the one that I just drew with you guys here today, just now, every one of those lines were automatically there. Those lines and levels were already automatically plotted on this chart using the tools that I teach people to use. They're free tools, by the way. Got to know how to use them, though. The 32.10 to 31.85 entry zone, which is listed on the spreadsheet, had an initial target at 32.95, then 33.75, and then today at 34.30. So we've gone now 220 pips conservatively. It's more than that for those of you that got the 131.85, but 220 pips conservatively. Now, for those of you that are wondering, well, what does it exactly mean? What's a pip? So if you take a look here, it's nearly $9. It's $8.79 per pip. We went 220 of them per contract. Okay, so you think about the initial margin, how many units you bought, and you think about how many pips you have per unit, and that's it. This would be a 100,000 unit entry. All right, so that's what we are looking at here. Now, in terms of the way in which we're going to be dealing with the ECB, you'll see there's some management, I won't say concerns. These are really options. These are choices that we have now. And the thing to remember is we've got ECB tomorrow. That's why I say two things for Thursday. The eject button for 7:15 a.m. comes just in front of the minimum bid rate release. So that should be actually 7:45. A little typo there. So 7:45 before the minimum bid rate release. Or you could think of some sort of trailing stop trade. So this afternoon in the post-close chat, we do a chat every day at 4:05 Eastern, right after the close, to cover what has happened, some management, general questions, and prepare traders for the European and even UK and European sessions. What I mentioned is for those traders that don't want to sit through a longer term drop, think about where there might be some support and look for a guidance trade. Now, I most often try to find these on a 5-minute, but it looks like our best alternative for a guidance trade is actually going to be something like the 60. And I'd trail a stop just below the 134 handle at 133.95. So how many pips am I risking? At the moment, approximately 35. In an effort to stay in this market as long as I can in case we punch up to a higher high. Let's say the Nikkei is quite strong into the Asian session. That might continue to weaken the yen. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So I can use a guidance trade on that Euro Yen. I can hit the eject button right before the major economic impact, or because I do have a very healthy cushion of profit that exceeds the daily price movement range. And this data here, I mean, gosh, we could do a completely separate video on this, but how I teach you all to use this free data is really a needle mover. It's a game changer. Once you understand the habitual nature of the market, it doesn't tell you where the market's going to go directionally, right? Crystal balls are pretty much what whose job that is. But what does this kind of movement about the market tell you? Where we could go and where we could exhaust. And also, for those of you looking to trail stops in the most accurate way possible without smothering the trade, this is it. So because I'm really looking at darn near 2 daily price movement ranges, I could trail a stop by 120 pips, still give this market a daily price movement range to move around in, and still get out of this trade at a very healthy profit. So I could put a trailing stop trade backing up by a strategic, a tactical amount, not a random dollar-based, percentage-based amount, which is completely nonsensical, but one that really does key off what this market's most likely to do. All right, threw a lot at you there. This might be a great video to review, but this is the euro-yen, a trade that we've been managing for a handful of days now. Very nice winner for us. And again, taking this into the European Central Bank event tomorrow. See you in the next update.